Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our little corner of the internet, and welcome back to the Taking Liberties Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Hello, everybody. It is the 35th installment of the Taking Liberties Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Yes, indeed.
Unfortunately, Max is not here again this week. He's got some other commitments. He's not quite well yet, but we're pulling for him.
Our third man is still on the shelf, but you know what? We're hoping he can kick out and be back next week. So.
Yeah, he's got that Super Cena healing factor.
Yeah.
Gonna come back from a torn asshole.
True.
In 3 weeks.
Yep.
That's what he has. But don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Of course, you can find us on Twitter at TOProWrestPod. We also have a Discord. If you're interested in joining us, send us a DM at that Twitter. Of course, a cool place to talk to us and other people that like this podcast about wrestling and games and anime and comic books and sports and music and whatever. All sorts of things. And of course, we're on every podcast platform imaginable on the face of this planet, including YouTube. Simply type in TO Wrestling Podcast, whatever. The right combination of words will bring you to us on YouTube.
Right. I mean,
we're all over Google.
Yeah. Honestly.
Of course, we're also on iTunes, Apple Podcasts. Leave us a review, 5 stars, or I'll kick your ass. Say something mean, something funny, something nice, inspirational, senseless, or just plug your shit. I don't care.
Yeah,
do whatever.
We might read it if you plug.
Yeah, we might read it. So. Of course, we're also on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast Breaker, Podbean, Anchor, Bullhorn. Yeah, that's right. And so many other places, including Blueberry, Owltail, what have you. Wherever, we're everywhere, and we're worldwide. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we just got a listenership in Argentina.
Shouts out to those Argentines. We love your backbreakers.
Yeah, sick.
And of course, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TLProWrestPod. If you want to go above and beyond the Call of Duty and the Call of Booty to let us know that you love us a good bit, leave us $1, $5, $10, whatever. We appreciate that. We are working on making some Patreon content to appease the lords. Of course, we have to thank our 2 $10 Liberty Taker patrons, Nick and Max.
Hopefully, I think I said this either last week or the week before.
We're working on it.
We're working on it.
We are actively working on it.
Yeah, we're actually working on it this time. So hopefully in the next... life happens. So hopefully in the next week and a half, we'll have something up for you guys to enjoy.
And of course, I almost forgot to mention, I'm your host, Andrew.
And I am Marquis.
And this week, we watched TNA iMPACT from August 5th. 2005.
Yep.
We're in August, baby. We're slowly trekking our way through this year.
We're almost caught up to where we are in real time. Just how many years ago?
Yeah.
16
years ago.
Yeah.
And 2 months. 2.5 months almost.
True.
So we open this episode with a recap of the story so far regarding Raven, Rhino, Jeff Jarrett, and the newest addition, Sabu. And
his theme is so bad. I mean, I sent you a message on Discord.
Yeah, you told me personally. I was at work when I saw that. I was like, damn.
His theme literally is just a synthesized version of his WWE theme. It's the same exact theme on a synth.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing.
It's fucked.
Down to the note.
Yeah.
All of it. It's just a synthesizer.
Yeah, it's really fucked.
Yeah. So then I had to notice, because I didn't notice it last week, that we saw the clip of Mikey Batts getting gored. He took it like absolute dog shit.
Yeah, it was real bad. I didn't mention that. I thought I mentioned that, but it was really, really bad.
He looked like he died, and not in a good way.
No pyro to open off this show.
Yep. Mike Tenay quickly runs down the remaining competitors in the Super X Cup. And Chris Daniels is on commentary for the opening contest as we have Samoan Joseph versus Alex Shelley.
So I was really bummed out to see that this match ended up just being a backdrop for Daniel's commentary. Like,
this match was pretty kick-ass.
It was still a relatively good match, but just the fact that it was Christopher Daniels, mainly it was his commentary that was supposed to be the thing. So I was like, kind of sucks. Like, could have done this in maybe a match that didn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah, so the other one.
Yeah. Exactly.
The other match. Yeah, so I noted at the start that if this weren't a tournament, the psychology of this match would make absolutely no sense to me, because they're both heels.
Yeah, it'd be really weird.
Commentated by a heel. Match starts out really slow, and I'm hearing so much crowd noise, and there's not a motherfucker in the place moving.
I didn't even notice that, but yeah,
I noticed it sounded like they were in fucking
the Garden.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like they're in the Garden in 68 and Bruno's in the main event, brother. They're going stupid and dumb. And there was not a... Literally, as soon as I noticed it, I saw a girl in the back yawning.
True.
I was like, damn, yeah, they're really crazy for this one.
They're really into it. Yeah, no, she was just yelling, you see.
Yeah. No one yelled, but no one... No, that was a yawn.
Yeah.
I wrote down that it was some real SmackDown 2015 moment right there.
True. At one point, Joe just gets him in a single leg crab. Pretty cool. And that's when I said this match is like a backdrop for Daniel's commentary. And then after the crab, like 2 minutes into the match, they go into commercial.
Yep.
Again, what fucking commercial? What are they cutting to? It's on the website.
Yeah, but they're still cutting to commercial.
This was all uploaded to the TNA website back when it aired. What commercial are they cutting to? Who's paying them for commercials? Like
they're airing those silent, ominous Bound for Glory promos.
But why?
Because they can.
Why not?
No one else is gonna promote their shit.
Yeah, true, but why not just run it after matches then?
They do.
Yeah, they do. So why the fuck do they keep running? I don't know.
They got a show to promote, brother. October 23rd.
And I get it. They should be promoting the hell out of the show. Make money. I get it. But fuck. What commercial breaks are they cutting to?
So we come back. Shelly applies this crazy looking straight jacket on Joe, but he simply powers out and slaps the shit out of him. And Daniels notes, Samoa Joe has ham sandwich hands.
He did say that, yeah.
He got the ham sandwich. We also see AJ Styles in the back watching this match on a little CRT.
That was after they showed Petey Williams on the stage.
Yes.
And this is when I said, holy fuck, this match is super overbooked.
Already.
You got 2 heels wrestling with a heel on commentary.
And a heel on the stage.
The heel on the stage.
And the one baby face left in the whole tournament.
In the back. But like my whole point is, if you're going to have Daniels on commentary, you don't then need Petey on the stage. And you don't then need to cut to AJ watching Petey watch the match. That's like, what's the point?
Bro, it's meta.
What's the point?
It's TNA meta.
Whatever.
Don't you know it's lore?
I guess.
Yeah. So, of course, Joe can use his power to basically beat the shit out of Shelly, despite how technical he's... Because Shelly's, he's trying to wrestle circles around Joe, essentially.
He's trying.
But Joe is simply too big and strong to allow any of that to happen. Shelly tries to throw some bombs at him, just trying to hit this fucking guy. None of it's working. Joe kicks the shit out of Shelly in the corner. Shelly manages to get enough control to throw a few more bombs, and then Joe does a leg sweep that Shelly completely fucks.
Yeah. I think this is where his comeback started.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, because whenever Joe starts his comeback, he just stops selling.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, that's what he should do.
Yeah.
Stop selling. So, sweeps him out, senton splash for 2, step up knee in the corner, face wash, leading to a running boot by Joe, gets him up, lights it with a flurry of strikes, hits the muscle buster, locks in the coquina clutch for a TKO submission victory, and he advances to the finals of the Super X Cup tournament. I wonder who he'll meet.
Can only imagine.
Can't wait for that Samoa Joe Petey Williams match.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
So
see Joe take a destroyer.
So then we get to relive the weird argument between Jerry Lynn and Sean Waltman.
And that was spliced with footage.
And I was spliced with footage of them working together in Japan and random bars
Yeah.
in America.
Yeah. Honestly,
VFW shit.
genuinely, I was like, damn, I can't believe they're showing footage that WWE doesn't own the rights to.
True.
That was like the only thing I could think when I was
Like,
watching.
yeah,
this.
damn, they don't
Like,
own this
they
footage.
were showing footage, and I was like, the only thing on my mind is like, can they legally show this? Like, does WWE not own this?
Nope. Clearly not.
Clearly not. Or TNA just didn't care, which is also very possible.
Very true. Yeah, so we get to relive weird Sean Waltman holding his back while arguing in circles with Jerry Lynn.
Yeah.
Which, of course, leads them into a match they're going to be having at the upcoming Sacrifice pay-per-view. And then we have Shane Douglas backstage with not Billy Kidman, or Cassidy Riley. The weird black streak in his hair is gone, thankfully. Turns out Cassidy Riley is actually just a massive pervert for Raven.
Yeah, I said Cassidy Riley promo, and again, he's a weirdo. He's deluded himself into thinking that Raven is into him.
Sexually.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing, right? Cassidy Riley saw that no surrender dog collar submission and breedable match, and he saw what Raven did to Abyss, and he's like, oh my god. And he saved me? He wants to do that to me?
Yeah.
I want to get submitted and bred by Raven.
And then he said, Shane Douglas said, well, how do you feel that he picked Sabu and not you? And he's like, I'm kind of bummed that he didn't pick me. But I couldn't, if you're going to team with a better person, who's better to team with than the homicidal?
Yeah, he just marked out.
Yeah. Also, two things that I want to note in the previous match before we move on to the next match. One, they announced... All right, I'll get to that second, actually. First, at the finish, TNA called him Samoan Joe.
Samoan Joseph.
He called him Samoan Joe.
Yeah.
Which fucking popped me. But the second and most important thing, I feel, so they announced that in the main event, it was going to be Simon Diamond and David Young.
Yes.
Versus Raven and Sabu. So, all right. Look here, listen.
Hold on. If you're going to say what I think you're going to say, I think I want you to save it for that match because I'm probably going to say the same thing.
Okay.
But let it be known
Yeah.
that the main event of this review is Simon Diamond and David Young versus Raven and Sabu.
Yeah.
Main event.
Yep.
All right. So then we have a different tag match. This one's for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. We have the Naturals with Jimmy Hart versus Team Canada. And the first thing I wrote was, I forgot the Naturals were the tag team champions and that they even existed.
Yeah, me too.
They haven't been on TV in like 3 weeks.
So, I saw the Naturals come out. I was like, fuck, I don't want to see these guys wrestle. That was my first thought. And then I heard the Team Canada theme, and actual rage ensued over my body. Because the only thing I could think of, it was like, fuck. This is why we have been seeing months and months worth of heat. Like, this is what all that heat has been building up to. Turns out I was wrong, which is even more upsetting, believe it or not. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, so of course we have Bobby Roode and Eric Young representing Team Canada. And of course, A1 Alistair Ross is on the outside. He has to be there.
Yeah, I don't even type out his whole name. I just simply type out an A1 whenever I put him for my notes.
Yeah, so, man, this match is a fucking cluster.
So I finally figured out which one is which. Which
finally figured it out?
Yeah,
Which
that's
one is
because
which?
Andy Douglas got fucking worked over. There's a whole goddamn match.
Yeah!
Whoa.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
black-haired one.
Black-haired natural, yeah. So that's Andy Douglas. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
He got worked over this entire match, and they kept saying his name on commentary, which was actually good.
That was good of them. They should.
Because
They knew this motherfucker was generic.
literally up until this match, I always referred to them as blonde hair natural and black hair natural. So, yeah. I mean, I would try and put their names in my notes, but I always got it wrong. So I just stopped.
Early in the match, Don West says that Team Canada feels like the redheaded stepchild of the United States.
He does,
and that's offensive to redheaded people.
Yeah.
I, for one, love redheaded people. So, yes, I am offended that Team Canada is compared to redheaded people.
Yeah.
After he says that, Bobby Roode literally does a bump into a drop toe hold, and that shit popped me.
Yeah.
Huge. Dude literally did like a snap bump to do a drop toe hold.
So this match, Andy Douglas and the Naturals, they get in some sort of baby face shine at the beginning, but then the match is all heat. It's so much.
Yeah, it
heat.
starts out with Naturals shine, and then immediately goes into a 10-minute heat segment for Eric Young and Bobby Roode to beat the tar out of Andy Douglas for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's really bad. So the only real notes that I have in this match, at one point there was a cool thing where EY, he attempted like an up and over and got ducked, and then attempted a line, got ducked, and then Andy Douglas hit a big fucking knee. I was like, all right,
finally,
the comeback is starting.
Finally,
comeback is starting. Cut off more heat. I was so upset. Like, as soon as he almost got the tag, Bobby Roode came in and broke up the fucking...
Yeah.
And like, and this isn't me being worked upset. This is me being upset that this match even is happening. Like, it's, I don't even want to see it. Like, that's the thing. I don't even want to see these guys wrestle. But like, and then it keeps going. It felt like this match happened for eternity. Like a couple of weeks ago, I think it was either you or Max. One of you guys said that we watched the show and you fucking move the mouse or whatever, and you see the cursor.
Oh yeah, it's me.
And it's always at the halfway point.
Yes.
And dude, I was exhausted by the time I got to the end of this match.
Yeah, every show.
It was only at the halfway point.
Every show I watch, I always end up putting the cursor on the screen to check how much time is left. And it's always like 20 minutes.
I was so blown up, dude. And this match felt so long.
So you mentioned how, the comeback was cut off. Let me tell you how the comeback goes. All right. So essentially, Roode and Douglas fuck a spot.
Yeah.
And just do the hot tag. Yeah. Do the hot tag.
Yeah.
They fuck a spot and they just go for the hot tag. Of course, then Chase Stephen comes in, clears up the Canadians. Massive, unnecessary Alabama slam to Roode. Young breaks up the cover.
Oh, one note. I'm not exactly sure when he said this, but at one point, Don West says that Chase Stevens needs to stop mouthing off to the ref because it gives Team Canada the opportunity to attack his partner while the ref is distracted. All right, I feel two ways about this statement. If by some unfortunate chance this was someone's first wrestling show, I understand pointing that little trope out, but also kayfabe, bro. Like kayfabe.
Kayfabe, brother.
Yeah. All right. So that's one of the things I wanted to know.
So then, of course, what's a Team Canada match without interference from Petey Williams?
Oh yeah, of course.
Comes up to get involved. Roode with a full Nelson slam, and Young hits his beautiful diving elbow drop.
Yeah.
But Stevens manages to kick out, which I wasn't so sure about, but whatever.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Bunch of shit happens. Team Canada actually gets disqualified for something they didn't do. I couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah, so Petey Williams comes out, and I think A1 tossed, who was it, Bobby Roode the belt.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Roode hit Eric Young, didn't he?
Yep.
He ended up accidentally hitting Eric Young when one of the
whatever one of them.
Yeah, at this one I wasn't paying attention to exactly who it was, but a natural ducked. And Eric Young took the belt shot. Then the other natural took the belt from Bobby Roode, and then they just did the Eddie Guerrero spot.
Yeah. So then Jimmy Hart's megaphone gets involved because, of course, it does.
Yeah.
And so I think it's Chase Stevens throws it at Bobby Roode and does a bump.
Yeah.
So then, Rudy Charles turns on and is like, hey, you're disqualified.
And then they commend Rudy Charles for, they said, having the guts to do what no other ref would, ringing the bell after this disqualification that he didn't witness that wasn't a disqualification. So after all this fucking heat, the heels got screwed. Why?
You know what's worse about this? I gotta get this off my chest because anyone who listened to last week's episode would know that I went on a rant about how much I hate watching Team Canada matches because they're always full of so much interference. It's not fun to watch. I also complain frequently about terrible officiating in this company, especially regarding disqualifications.
And this was just both.
What's even worse about this is that I've been waiting for Team Canada to get disqualified for the shit they're doing. Yeah. And this is the one instance they get disqualified for something they didn't do.
Yeah.
I could not fucking... Bro. I literally wrote in my notes. Fucking incredible.
Just the ineptitude of these fucking... Whoever's writing this shit.
Yeah, whoever's writing these matches, whoever the agent is for
whoever
this,
the agent
is
is,
a fucking
whoever the
dunce.
booker is, whoever the writer is.
Dunce.
You're all dumb. I think it was Dutch Mantel at the time.
Okay, well, he's dumb.
I think it was Dutch Mantel and Jim Cornette.
They're both dumb.
Yeah, this shit is awful.
You would think Jim Cornette would know how to book a tag team angle, especially a heel tag team.
Nope, fuck it.
Clearly not. So, of course, speaking of fuck it, of course, Team Canada have to get their heat back immediately.
Oh, so...
Start beating on them.
Yeah, I said... This is exactly what I said. The Canadians get DQ'd when Douglas does the Eddie Guerrero spot. Team Canada attacks after the match for their no heat.
Yes.
Yeah, they got their no heat back.
And then, of course, America's Most Wanted come to make the save because baby faces. Yeah. Don West says this is about America versus Canada because America #1.
Yeah, they make this a huge deal because AMW and the Naturals notoriously have hated each other. But now this is just about xenophobia. So
yeah, fuck those Canadians.
Yeah.
I'm Mexico North.
Sick.
Disgusting. So then we get a surprisingly good match. Honestly, I was pretty surprised.
So, are you ready to give in to what I said last week?
What did you say last week?
That Apollo and Siaki are just the babyface versions of Lex Lovett and David Young?
Yes.
Okay.
It's painful. It hurts.
It does.
It's wrong.
Awful.
It's actually wrong.
It's horrible, yeah. But
if I were booking this place, things would be very different.
I feel like if for some reason I had to make Sonny Siaki and Apollo a team, they would probably be my champions. Honestly. But I would definitely have them apart. Like, whatever.
So we have Abyss with James Mitchell versus Apollo with Sonny Siaki. I had to note a few things. During his entrance, we see Abyss's entrance. We see someone in the crowd with an Abyss action figure. He's like a spring action with the legs. He does the arm cross thing.
With a little chain. It was pretty sick.
Yeah. And also, Abyss is a massive fucking asshole because when he comes up towards the ring, he does his like pose towards the camera. He fucking waterlogs the fuck out of that line.
He does it every single time. He will just fucking super fucking spit
he like
all over. Yeah.
He's like literally throwing his face
fucking his
hair
water.
His hair water.
His hair water. Yeah, it's fucking disgusting. He does it all the time. He's gonna do it a lot more as we go forward.
Also, Sonny Siaki came to the ring wearing nothing but white pants and no t-shirt.
Yeah.
He came out dressed like that to watch Apollo die.
Yep, pretty much.
Ain't that fucked?
So Apollo got a lot more offense in this.
That's why I thought this match was really surprising.
Yeah, he got a lot.
He got a lot.
He got a lot of offense in this match. Yeah, I was genuinely very surprised.
Yeah, so I mean, for the majority of the match, Apollo's on top.
Yeah, I mean,
like for most of it.
My note, I said, Abyss comes out next to face Apollo, job time, and then it was
but it wasn't.
Yeah, it was a glorified squash match.
Yeah, so bunch of moves and shit. Apollo manages to lariat Abyss over the top to the floor
because every match has to go outside the ring.
Yep. Yeah. Apollo gets a whole bunch of offense on the outside. Abyss gets a chair. Siaki rips it away from him before he gets to use it. Apollo sends Abyss back into the ring for the 10 corner punches. We go to commercial. We come back. Abyss goes for a choke slam. Apollo hits a spinning neck breaker, which made it even weirder when later in the match Apollo hits a choke slam. shitty one.
Yeah, it was really
But he
bad.
hit a choke slam. James Mitchell grabs Apollo's leg as he hits the ropes, puts Abyss back in control. Apollo manages to come back to some crazy shit in the corner. I couldn't even explain it. Big leaping lariat and a choke slam by Apollo, but Rudy Charles is distracted because, of course, Abyss gets the chair, but there's a weird non-dodge thing.
So it's weird because I think that Sonny Siaki was actually distracting the ref at this point, which is really weird. So Sonny Siaki is distracting the ref for whatever reason, and
Babyface.
And Abyss goes to get the chair that happened in the spot, or happened in a spot earlier in the match, and he ducks, I guess.
Well, what's weird is that they both misread what they were going for.
Yeah, so
because Apollo seemed to think it was a chair shot, but Abyss was going for a stomach shot. So then Abyss had to like intentionally veer it away from him as he was dodging low.
And then Apollo does 2 thrust kicks that look terrible.
Yep.
And then Abyss just kicks out. And then
and they just decide, fuck it, black hole slam, I win.
Black hole slam, Abyss wins.
Literally, it was like, fuck it, finish, I win.
And then Lance Hoyt comes out.
Yep.
To thwart off Abyss. And then
James Mitchell won't let Abyss fight back.
Yeah, and then he cuts a promo saying, he said, "You're gonna learn the way. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna let all these people tell you." And then he said, he's telling them, "Let's go, everybody! Hoy, hoy, hoy!" Like, okay,
yeah. Bro, it's almost as bad as Hardy.
Yeah,
Hardy.
It's if you have to start a chant to get your own name going, especially after saying you're not gonna tell them.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell them. So then we have Larry Zbyszko backstage having a conversation with Monty Brown.
The only thing that I only have 2 notes. Monty is pissed, super pissed that Larry made BG special guest.
Don't know why it matters to him.
At some point, he called him B Jizzle.
Yes, he did. I had that written down specifically.
Yeah, so those are my only really 2 notes. He was very pissed and he called him B Jizzle.
Yeah, so like you said, Monty Brown's upset that B Jizzle is the special referee for a tag team match between him and Kip James against 2 Live Crew at Sacrifice. Then I noted he calls him B Jizzle, and Zbyszko is wearing a dog poker shirt, which rules ass.
Mm-hmm.
Not much really else to say other than Zbyszko told him tough.
Yeah, tough titties. Bro.
After, Monty Brown cut a promo on this guy. He said,
"Oh yeah,
I'll make this shit a fucking. They think the Serengeti's dangerous, boy.
Right.
No.
Yeah, Larry Zbyszko is basically saying, the refs are. This is a dangerous work environment, blah blah blah. And he said, "Oh, if you think it's a dangerous work environment now, they step into the Serengeti. I'm gonna fuck them up." Essentially, in so few words, it's what he said. And he called him B just
awesome.
Yeah.
So then we have our main event.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, David Young and Simon Diamond versus Sabu and Raven. I noted here the entrance theme really is just his Fed theme on it.
Yeah, this is when I said LMFAO. This is just his Fed theme on a synthesizer. And then I said Raven comes out to a different theme.
Yep. Now, what the point you wanted to make before about this match?
What was the point that you wanted to make? Let's see if our points are the same.
Okay, so I said, this is my second note. I said, this could be the first time David Young has had a main event match on TV against the world champion.
That's not my point.
I was shook about that.
My point, brother. Sabu is the surprise.
Right.
Sabu is the big secret.
The draw for
the draw for the pay-per-view. The draw.
Yeah.
That's my point. Why are they giving Sabu and Raven away on free TV?
I agree. But here is, at least in my headcanon, why they would have done this. Is to simply prove beforehand that Raven and Sabu can be a cohesive tag team. To simply immediately quell and squash the the stereotypical, can these 2 rivals?
But you see, brother, that specifically is the draw. These guys historically hate each other. They are rivals. The draw is can they coexist
Okay.
as well as defeating Jeff Jarrett and Rhino.
That's fair.
And they gave this away on free television.
That's fair. But since when has TNA ever cared about a draw?
That's my point. This is bad company strategy.
Yeah, but they're known for this.
So this match
Was a
both
match.
sucked and was a sprint. So I don't even know how that's possible. But because it was only like a 5-minute match.
Yeah, they went real quick, as they should.
Yeah.
Diamond is clearly. Oh, what I also said about David Young getting a TV main event against the world champion was that Simon Diamond is clearly doing fucking absolute wonders for this guy.
I guess so, considering I guess he took him to this main event spot, but he didn't really do anything in the match at all.
Nope.
I don't really have many notes. At one point, Diamond put Sabu in a tree of woe, and then they said a knee strike, but it was a really ginger Kevin Nash-esque hip placement
Hip thrust.
on the opponent's abdomen region.
Nice.
Yeah. That's pretty much all that was. And then David Young at one point hit a nasty ass spine buster on Sabu. Just
Yeah. Oh my god.
he.
You know,
almost,
I'm gonna have to go back and clip that
Yeah,
for the Twitter because
he-
that shit was disgusting.
He almost drove that guy through the fucking ring.
Bro, the way he lifted him too, he got him like
Yeah.
forearm under his stomach,
Straight up.
leg up in his
Fuck
arm
it.
over his head,
Yeah.
through that fucker. He
It
said,
was-
"Welcome to TNA."
Yeah, it was fucking brutal. Also, I noted in this match, David Young took a lot of front whips to the corner. They really like the spot where, they just whip him and he takes the Bret Hart
Ah!
chest first into the
Yeah.
buckle. They really, really like that spot.
Raven takes his ass towel and washes David Young's face with it.
Yeah,
And
he,
commentary
spit in
commentary
it
like-
first or something.
Regardless, commentary were like, "What the fuck did he just do?"
Yeah. I think he then hit a DDT or whatever. And then Sabu.
Oh my god!
All right. In this regular tag team match. keep in
Regular,
mind,
all rules apply. Tag
Yes.
team match here in the TNA Impact Zone.
that has had just so much like 4-man ring time in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Sabu after
Bro, I had to. Oh.
after Raven gets David Young into position,
Yep. Oh man.
he gets a chair from somewhere.
Somewhere.
He gets a chair, does the leg drop with the
Yeah,
chair,
the Arabian face buster.
the Arabian face buster that
Off the ropes.
David Young did not take well, but
He slingshotted into it.
yeah. And then this was not a
No, he
disqualification.
pins him.
All in front of the referee. Actually, the referee made the count next to the chair.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Not a DQ. Sabu used a chair. Don't worry about that. The champ is here.
So if we compare 2 matches ago,
now.
when Team Canada got disqualified for something that they didn't do,
Which was the exact, which would even be lesser than what Sabu did.
which called for a referee distraction. And then we go back to the last match that also called for a referee distraction so Abyss could attempt to use the chair. We just see Sabu
Casually.
just chilling, just using the fucking chair, doing the leg drop. Just, it's whatever. It's another day for Sabu. The ref's just counting this fall, just whatever. So these guys win by cheating.
Blatantly
Can they coexist? Yes. Are they cheaters? Yes. Why would I want to see them have a match at this pay-per-view? I don't know.
Because Rhino.
So after that happens, Rhino comes out and tries to attack Jarrett, or he tries to attack Sabu and
I wish he would have attacked.
I wish. He tries to attack Sabu and Raven.
Bunch of
and then-
shit happens.
And then
Brawl.
Sabu separates everybody. Security comes out, and then he fucking does a springboard off the top to them on the floor. So I'm sure that was his big pay-per-view spot.
He
So
blew it.
again,
He blew it.
one more time, why would I want to see these two team?
Because the draw is Rhino.
So that was TNA Impact Wrestling from August 5th, 2005.
Yeah, it was.
Ah,
You know what, brother? I'll let you know, sell me like that.
that shit was painful.
Yes. But we're closing in on the pay-per-view.
Unfortunately,
We're coming up on Sacrifice. You know what's after Sacrifice, son?
a good pay-per-view, or at least a pay-per-view with a good match.
Yeah, at least one good match.
At least one.
Yeah. With that being said, it's time for a little rousing round of geek-ass, nerd-ass wrestling fan 20 questions.
Yep.
Now, of course, Max isn't here this week, so we're going to have to postpone till next week, hopefully. Say that with optimism. So it'll simply just be a regular game back and forth. The scores won't matter, but soon they will. The rankings will matter.
Yes.
We're counting wins and losses here. They matter, son.
Yeah, truly.
So, last week, I had Marquis here go first. So this week, I guess I will be asking the questions first this week. We've both already chosen our answers. Of course, with this game, our criteria is TNA, of course, based between 2005 and about 2012-ish. Somewhere roughly there. It could be men, women, or teams, or factions.
Yeah.
All questions have to be yes or no. You could answer with a probably, or a maybe.
Or an I don't know.
Or an I don't know.
Yeah, you just don't know.
That being said, I guess my first question will be, of course, are they male?
No.
Not a male. Okay, so that already cuts out like pretty much everybody. Is it Gail Kim?
No.
Are they white?
Yes.
Are they a former champion?
Yes.
Is it Velvet Sky?
No.
Has she ever been? I don't know. Probably. Sheesh. Were they in a faction?
Yes. I think that's 6
White?
questions.
Okay. White former champion female that was in a faction. Were they one of the beautiful people?
Yes.
Is it Madison Rain?
Yes.
Yeah! See, after I said Velvet Sky, my second thought was Madison Rain, but I had to be sure. Yes, sir!
She's a killer queen.
She looks like a horse. You know what?
Shouts out.
You know what, bro? That is the stick. You're welcome, listener.
Yeah.
All right, what was that? 8 questions? 9 questions?
Something like that.
One of those. Doesn't really matter.
No.
All right. So, I believe it is your turn, my friend.
Are they male?
Yes.
Were they ever a champion?
Yes.
Were they TNA or NWA
Yes.
champion? Are they white?
Yes. Fuck. So many people.
Fuck. Is it Chris Sabin?
No.
Were they in a tag team?
Yes.
Are they in the current period that we're watching now?
Yes.
Is it Jeff Jarrett?
No.
By our definition, are they a fucking weirdo?
No. Tentative no.
Okay. Oh man, we love dead air.
Simply speak out your thought process, brother.
Are they? Have they ever won the tag title?
Yeah.
Okay, so they've won.
The world title and the tag title at least once.
Is it Bully Ray?
No. Well, Bully Ray's not in our current. Yeah, see, just wasted a question. Goomba.
Yeah. Let's see. You know, it's so hard because as we're going through current TNA, I feel myself getting less interested because there's so much bullshit.
Oh, of
So
course.
it's
I
kinda
mean,
hard to
clearly.
keep up with who the fuck's even there. Is it Raven?
No.
Is it AJ?
Yes. 13 was indeed AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, I'll call that a 9-13. I think last week we tied.
Something like that, yeah. So that was 20 questions.
For Wrestling Geek Ass Loser Ass Nerds, I hope y'all who played along with us had fun. Maybe you figured it out faster than we did.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Madison Rayne and AJ Styles. I mean, last week was what? Sanjay Dutt and
Brutus Magnus.
Brutus Magnus. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So,
Cool.
yeah. Very.
Speaking of cool, of course, we're continuing our weekly WWF
Oh,
Tough Enough
baby.
review. This week we watched episode 7 of season 1, subtitled Bahamas or Bust. Now, when I first read this, I thought it said Brahmas or Bust. And I was like, wait a second.
Dwayne?
It's like, Dwayne? No.
Yeah,
Bahamas.
We got another pretty cool guy, though.
Yeah, we got motherfucking... We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So we start off immediately. We see some ring work. They're doing some training. We see that the injuries are beginning to pile up for some of the contestants.
Yeah, Paulina's like, damn, I'm fucking hurt as fuck.
Damn, my knee's destroyed.
Yeah, my knee's fucking twisted.
Josh has a swollen knee.
Yeah.
Greg has a messed up ankle.
Well, at this point, Paulina's knee has been fucked for like a week.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I would imagine this has been a week. She's like, I hurt my knee last Wednesday, because I think that's when they do eliminations.
Mhm.
So I hurt my knee last Wednesday, and I didn't tell anybody. Like, okay, that's not good.
I mean, you should have told them after the elimination was made. That we got a whole week.
True.
Regardless, the group are doing their warm-up exercises when we see Josh Matthews doing his jumping jacks.
Mhm.
And out from behind him comes an Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he suddenly just appears beside Josh Matthews. And so Josh in the confessional's like, yeah, just look over and there's Kurt Angle.
Which must be an experience.
Oh, that has to be crazy. Just 1 second doing your jumping jacks.
And then you look
doing
over.
warm-ups, and you look over. Damn, there's fucking Kurt Angle with hair.
True. All I could think about, when they showed his back, I just kept looking at his hairline the whole time. And that's a shoot. And it wasn't bad. It was just the fucking balding in the front that was really killing
Yeah.
him.
It's alright, because bald Kurt Angle's that motherfucker.
He is that motherfucker. And then you got semi-bald TNA 2009 Kurt Angle. That's a whole nother beast.
Well, I can't wait till we inevitably get there.
Oh, that's gotta be so incredible to watch.
So, of course, Kurt has everyone sit down in their chairs and he gives them a speech. We get a ton. We get like 8
We get
minutes.
a lot of exclusive
We got like
footage.
8 minutes of exclusive footage of Kurt Angle
fucking
just talking.
loved it. I
He's
loved
just
it.
talking.
Yeah, I loved
Telling his shit, just telling them all.
I mean, I didn't write everything down. This is probably one of the things I'd say seek out if you guys can.
Yeah, please just listen to the
Yeah,
speech.
This speech was really sick. But amongst some notes, I did note that he, the famous story in '96 after the Olympics, Vince offered him a contract, and he thought wrestling was dumb and lame and fake
Because he's a wrestler.
he's a wrestler's wrestler, and he ripped up the contract. Then he said, at one point in '99, he watched Raw, and he was enamored by the whole thing.
Yeah, he watched an episode of Raw's War in '97 and was like, oh my god, this shit's crazy.
But the main thing was basically in his circle, in his
Circle of
profession,
peers.
in his circle of peers in amateur wrestling, in real actual grappling.
And that real shit.
Yeah, they had always told him that that wrestling, that they'd make him look foolish and they'd make him look lame and
They
they'd make
tarnish
him
his
look
gold
dumb.
medal.
And then, like a dick, he just buries Al Snow.
Yeah, he just like,
real
yeah, I'd be
quick.
doing chops for Al
Yeah,
Snow.
he's like, yeah, they'd like, yeah, they'd maybe look foolish. They like, for example, they think I'd be, doing jobs to Al Snow, putting him over, making him look good. And I was like, damn, bro.
I also thought that was unnecessary.
That was so incredible.
Why didn't he say that? How about he say about Taz? Somebody he actually did put over to make look good.
Genuinely,
He actually
put
him
over Taz. So I don't know why he just decided to bury Al Snow. I was like, that was so unnecessary. But basically, he says that he prefers the path that he took because it helped him pay his dues and earn the respect of his peers. And then I don't know why, but for some reason, Taz just fucking goes off on
Like Chris for whatever reason.
For what?
Like, yeah, you think it's the easy path, huh? You
Literally.
think it's the easy way into business?
I don't remember him asking any. I reminded this like 4 times.
Yeah, he didn't say a word.
He didn't
Why
say
are
a
you asking
word.
questions? Huh?
He
Wait,
didn't
they're
ask-
in this business.
He didn't
easy?
ask any questions. You just go to Kurt talking about like, yeah, I don't train super hard. I just mainly do sculpting his body because he gets he gets most of his
Cardio
in the ring.
Yeah.
And he gets like, yeah, his body's gonna get beat up mostly in the ring. So he doesn't do super heavy like building or powerlifting or intense strength things. He just sculpts his body. And then as he's doing that, Taz just like
Blast
He's like,
Chris.
He's like, what? Like, wait a minute, Kurt. And then he just fucking blast Chris for absolutely no reason. It's like, I think Chris, he's trying to get the easy way out. He's like, he's like,
Trying to
oh,
go the
you
easy
bunch
way.
of fucking pansies. It's I don't know. He just literally went off with this dude for no reason. And considering we're showing the exclusive footage, I have every mean to believe that it was absolutely no reason. He just
Because they wouldn't have cut that out.
started going off on him, and I have no idea why.
Yeah, because I mean, Kurt was just talking about, he was talking about
his routine.
Yeah, well, even before that, he was just talking about like his training, and he got to work with Dory Funk and Tom Pritchard. And,
Yeah, and
he had to spend
he had
8 months away from his
Yeah,
family.
he had some amazing people in his camp: Edge, Christian, Test, Albert.
Yeah, he had a whole bunch of Drozdov. It's just with a bunch of great people, which he said was the whole reason he was able to excel the way he did.
Right, and that's how he earned the respect of his peers. And he said, he
I
would
did
do
my
it again.
training and-
He said he would do it again if he could. And then, I guess,
Taz just snapped.
fucking Taz didn't want to hear that for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah, he makes sure to let all these kids know that Kurt is a special case.
Yeah.
Rising to this industry at an insane pace, and never, don't you ever you fucking dare expect that to happen to you. You fucking bitch. Bro
He was
on
He
one.
was truly on one. I have no idea.
He was on one and off one.
And I don't know why.
Yeah, so then we get to see some Josh Matthews gets to do some work in the ring with Kurt Angle to demonstrate some stuff. He used to be Kurt's ragdoll, essentially.
Pretty much.
Although he then gets to fucking bump Kurt into a single leg. Kurt Angle let him single leg him. That's gotta, bro.
Yeah.
He can tell bitch. Josh Matthews can tell bitches. One time I single legged an Olympic gold medalist wrestler.
Do you think
He won't be lying.
Do you think anyone's gonna know or care what the fuck that means?
No, not in 2021, but in like 2004, maybe.
Do you think 2004 Josh Lombarder was getting women, bro? Do you think so?
He worked for the Fed. He's famous.
All right.
Listen, brother, just because his last name's Lomberger does not mean he can't be throwing Lobburger. I don't know.
I'm
Look, bro.
I'm not trying to make fun of, I'm just saying, I don't think that guy.
Look, bro, I'm sure. Look,
I mean, I may be wrong, and if I am wrong,
bro, he had the tip. Bro, look at his hair, bro. The frosted tips.
I just don't imagine 2004, 2003, 2002, 2021 Josh Lombarder. Yeah, I just can't really. I don't see it personally, especially with the fucking bullshit they do on Impact. His voice, whatever. Yeah, whatever. It does not sound like that. But anyway,
Anyway, they do some work together, and then we cut back to Kurt's speech where he announces a trip to the Bahamas.
Yeah, he said they're all going on break, and this is what I thought watching this. I'm thinking, oh, so this is how, I guess, in training you would prepare them per se from coming back from an injury. You know, they get a compared to the
Months
relatively quick pace that they're going through in training. This like week off that they're taking to the Bahamas is like, you know, months compared to how much time you'd actually be resting and building up injuries. So I was like, okay, so this is for their body to kind of cool down, reset, and now they gotta go back to work essentially.
Gotta go to work.
So this is how I took this scene.
See, now as we get further into this episode, I'm starting to understand why, for some reason, even in the exclusive footage, they singled out Chris the way they did. Because they're gonna spend the rest of this episode establishing three things: Josh is the good guy, Chris is the bad guy, and Maven is somewhere in between.
It's not that Josh is the good guy, because he's definitely not. Especially when he...
No, but it's definitely that Chris is the bad guy.
He purposely states that he intentionally tries to get under Chris's skin. Like, why would a good guy try to purposely annoy somebody?
Because he's little.
What does that mean?
Because he's little. Underdog.
I mean, yeah, Chris is definitely a dick. I mean, but Josh is not a good guy. And Maven said slurs last week. So. I don't... Maven is, you know, he's in his own category right now, as far as I'm concerned. But
problematic Maven.
And his mother.
Right. Yeah, so they take the trip. Chris thinks all these dudes are a bunch of geek-ass losers that talk about unimportant bullshit, because he's just... at this point, he's really leaning into the fact that he's just smarter and more serious than everyone.
Yeah, this dude's really
leaning into it.
Leaning on that Harvard John super hard.
Well, I mean, at this point, I think they're starting to make the remaining people kind of lean into things.
Yeah, I mean...
For the sake of television.
I think it's definitely obvious that, you know, Daryl
was on some shit because they told him to be.
Yeah. And, yeah, Chris is definitely leaning into smart, big brain Harvard guy. I mean, this is basically the gimmick that he had in the Fed.
Yeah, he's just working on it now.
Yeah.
He's cultivating his personality.
Yes.
While they're out there, Paulina gets results from an MRI she had done because she fears her knee is going to prevent her from going much further in the competition.
Yep, her knee's fucked.
Unsurprisingly, the group get to stay in some fucked, cracked, mega, massive, ultra, super hotel.
Yeah, like 5-star resort in the Bahamas. Yeah.
And they get, honestly, it might have been that Atlantis joint they have over there. Maybe. The Atlantis place, because they had that slide there and shit.
Yeah, you're right.
They could have been saying at Atlantis.
Maybe.
Now you know you're really on some shit. You're at Atlantis in Bahamas.
The Fed shut out Atlantis money? Maybe.
Sheesh,
I mean, especially because they very easily are going to shell out... later, we'll see that they're going to shell out the plane fare, the airfare for some of these people to come.
Some of these people's people. Yeah, so as they're out in the Bahamas, the group starts to really take liking towards Josh and his goofy nature, because he's out there with a $1 flute just butchering hot cross buns constantly.
It was a recorder, not a flute.
Whatever.
And I think everyone else also called it a fucking flute for whatever reason. But
it's whatever you want it to be.
It's a recorder. That's what it is.
It's a woodwind instrument.
But he was playing it fucking terribly.
Yes, awfully. Specifically terribly. I mean, he was doing it on purpose.
I don't think he was doing it on purpose at first.
No, he wasn't. But then he was actually doing it terribly.
He was actually doing it terribly to piss off Chris.
Because Chris was being an asshole.
But when he was trying, he was failing.
Oh no, he butchered hot cross buns. Yeah. He completely forgot how to play fucking single, like,
he
up one note.
He literally didn't move his fingers. He just kept his finger on the back. Because, you know, you've played a recorder.
Yeah.
Everyone fucking played a recorder in elementary school. So there's, you know, the one hole on the back, and there's like 8 or whatever on the front. He only plugged on the one on the back. So everything else, he just kept blowing air out of the holes, and he didn't make a single different note. I was like, what the fuck's he doing?
Yeah, then he realized, what if I simply put my finger on the hole and take it off fast?
Yeah.
So I go,
yeah.
Which, anyways, all that stuff's happening. Chris just finds him annoying.
Very.
Paulina asked John Gubrick about having fears of returning to the ring after an injury, and he essentially tells her, "Listen, whore, you've got a great look, and it's up to you to make yourself into the superstar that we think you can be." That's essentially what he told her.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gubrick then...
I mean, yeah, and she also says, I can't be a manager, I can't be a valet, I have to be a wrestler. I've got the look. And everyone also keeps telling her that she has the look.
She really doesn't. She's just tall.
Yeah.
Which, I guess in 2002 was a look.
It was a look, but
it's not a look now.
How many tall women wrestlers were in the Fed in 2002? Like none. So what is the look? What are they basing that look off of?
Exactly.
The men? Is she gonna mix it up with the dudes? Like I don't.
New China.
Okay, but even China was still.
See, they would have given
5'7".
They would have given Paulina like the big, strong German woman gimmick. You know they would have.
Yeah,
they would
have. Give Heidenreich the fucking a much worse gimmick, like 5 years after, or like 3 years after this. So yeah, absolutely.
Much worse. Epic.
Much worse.
He raped Michael Cole.
No. I'm talking about the gimmick they wanted to give him.
Oh,
the
Nazi.
He's gonna be an unfrozen Nazi.
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna be a preserved Nazi.
Awesome.
No. Yeah, that. Him taking Michael Cole's manhood. That's
awesome.
That's a whole different story.
That's super awesome.
Which is exactly how my father described that moment to me when we both watched it together on television when I was a wee lad.
When you were like 7.
Yeah, he said he's taking his manhood, he's taking his innocence. I was like, what does that mean? Honestly, I'm glad he didn't explain further.
He's fucking him.
But I feel like now that I'm older, saying that to a young me is even worse. Like he's taking his innocence. Like, oh,
son, Heidenreich is putting his cock in Michael Cole's ass.
So Paulina has the look, apparently.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
whatever they say.
Yeah, whatever they say.
So then we cut to some later point where Gubrick allows 2 people from the group to have a significant other or whoever or whatever.
Yeah.
Over for a day.
Family member.
Someone important to them.
Yeah.
They can come over for like a day after they come back from the Bahamas.
So, and the main storyline here is that Chris
is horny.
Is horny as
super. Fuck. Oh my god, he's so horny.
Greg, his girlfriend had an appointment or has an appointment
for some surgery.
On, I guess, the day that they were supposed to be flown out or whatever, or yeah, the day
they would fly them out.
That they would fly them out, and Chris, knowing that, then says, I'll give you $150 for the spot.
Yeah, because they draw names.
Also, strangely enough, and I caught this, and I hated that I caught this, but they said because they did this drawing on a Monday. John Gubrick said, I was gonna hold this off. We're gonna randomly draw some names from a hat, blah blah blah. He said randomly, but we cut to Chris saying, Sunday night, I told Greg I was gonna give him $150 if he gave me the spot. So he knew Sunday night.
Yeah, so they already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kayfabe, brother.
I guess.
I didn't notice that.
I did,
but I wasn't really paying attention because at this point I was getting really disenfranchised with Chris Nowinski.
Yeah, so Chris essentially tries to purchase the spot from Greg, for the $150.
Yeah, because he's one of the 2 people that pulls the name.
The 2 people are Greg and Josh.
Yep.
And Chris calls his girlfriend, super elated, ecstatic.
Oh my god, baby, I'm gonna fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck the shit
He said,
you.
They had we had a drawing, and my name didn't get chosen, and like a fucking sleazeball, he's like, so I had to go out and purchase one. I was like, whatever. So he's like, yeah, I had to go out and purchase it. And he says that she'll be coming out or whatever. And he tells her. And then we cut to Greg, whose girlfriend calls him. And she says, and I was very concerned about this, but she says that her appointment got canceled. She did not say rescheduled.
Said canceled.
I don't know. And she said that they canceled it. I don't know why the doctors canceled her appointment.
Her surgery.
You should probably look into that. But that's what she said. They canceled her surgery.
Right.
So now she is free for that date. Which I don't know if she should be going anywhere considering she needs surgery.
Yeah, but we don't know what for.
I don't think that's the point.
Oh, for sure. I'm just,
But yeah. So Greg, they're talking on the phone, and Greg tells her, "It's like, oh damn, I thought you had your gimmick, so I had already sold my invitation or whatever. Yeah, I already sold my invitation." And she's like, "Well, has the transaction gone down?" It's essentially what she asked.
Has he already paid you?
Has he already paid you? Has he given you the cash? And he said no. She's like, "Well, then tell him never mind then." So after that phone call, we cut to Maven.
Oh my god.
Telling Greg,
he'll probably be cool.
Yeah, telling Greg the whole situation, that his girlfriend can now come, and that he's got to go relay this information to Chris. And Chris is like, "Oh yeah." Or Maven's like, "Yeah, call her up. You gotta get her up. I'm sure Chris will understand." And Chris does very much not understand. Do you want to go ahead and take
so before we even get into that, I gotta mention one other shitty Chrisism on this episode that happened prior because we skipped over it. One of the nights in the Bahamas, Chris got super drunk.
Oh, super fucking wasted.
Super mega wasted. Yeah. He's banging on one of the doors to the hotel room that isn't his. Mm-mm. He's like, "Hey guys," when they finally let him in. Fucking, Josh says some snide shit. Yeah. And then Chris just comes over, grabs his shirt by like the collar, gets real close up to him and starts fucking threatening him. And Josh is like, "All right, dude."
He's like, "You better get off me." And Chris is like, "Well, what are you gonna do?" Josh is like, "You just better get off me." I'm like, "Oh, this is sad to watch."
Well, he knows.
Yeah.
But so that's Chris just being an asshole before that. But then, of course, Greg goes up to Chris and he's like, "Hey, man, turns out I could have my girlfriend come through this weekend or whatever. I'm really sorry that, whatever. Would it be really cool of you if you just let me, cool and whatever?" And he's like, "Sounds like your fucking problem." That's between you and God.
That's more or less what he said. I mean, he said, after Chris said, whatever, I can have my girlfriend over now.
He's like, "So?"
Chris is basically
Chris
is basically like, with a smile on his face this whole time. Chris is basically like, "All right, brother. So here's the thing. Sucks to suck. I don't want to have to call my girlfriend up, who I know is happy, and make that call to her, knowing that it's something that I didn't do, knowing it's something that's not my fault."
Smiling while he says
Smiling the whole time.
So giddy. He's fucking up his own ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's all like, yeah. Fuck you. I'm rich, and I'm smarter than you. Also, I'm going to fuck my girlfriend, long dick style, all weekend. And everyone in this house is going to hear it.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, so that being said, of course, Chris is just being a giant ass. Mm-hmm. Paulina goes to see her orthopedist with her MRI results, while the rest of the group goes to tracks for training today. And Paulina's doctor diagnoses her with a lot. Yeah. She's got, let me run down the list of injuries she has here. She has a sprained knee, a torn lateral ligament, and a broken bone at the end of her femur. Which seems to me, at that point, I thought to myself, she's done.
Yeah. So, incredibly, somehow she doesn't need surgery. She is fine. It can rehab.
She can even just walk.
She can walk. Yeah, she is fine. It'll heal itself. But I mean, more or less, her doctor said you bump and it's GG. So, yeah.
Yeah. So of course, the next day at training, Paulina has to forcibly withdraw herself from the competition. Of course, Paulina says her goodbyes to everybody. Thank you, yada yada.
I noticed that every single time, I guess aside from like Daryl, that someone has left, Nydia is bawling her.
Oh, yeah, she's always crying.
She is just tears running down her face. Yeah, she's
an empath, clearly.
Clearly. So after the elimination, well, it was before the elimination, but we'll talk about it now. We cut to they're in a circle, and Big Josh is saying, "Oh, who do you guys gonna bring? Who are gonna be your visitors?" And Josh goes first,
Oh my god.
and Josh is like, "Yeah, it's gonna be Jamie. It's Jamie." And then they cut to Greg, and then Greg's like, and they're like, "All right, Greg, who are you inviting?" And he's like,
Ask Chris.
"It's on Chris." And
He's
Chris
waiting for him.
pounced in on it. It was like, "Yeah, it's Christina."
Yeah, her name is Fuck Toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Greg in the confessional before Chris said anything, he's like, "Man, I'm really hoping that Chris will be a stand-up dude and just let me get mine."
And everyone was also saying,
I think, I hope he does.
We were kind of hoping that Chris was gonna pass it back to Greg. Nope. Fuck
No,
that.
he's like, "No, I'm gonna get my bitch up in here." Yeah, her name's Christina. Fuck you, Greg. And then, of course, Paulina gets eliminated.
Yeah.
So her chair joins the wall with Jason, Bobby Joe, Victoria, Daryl, and Shadrick's chairs. Another one bites the dust, and they all look like tombstones.
Yes.
And that's the end of the episode.
It was a pretty good episode. I mean, I enjoyed the Kurt Angle shit a lot.
That was great.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
And
that's probably
it
the best
was-
part of most episodes
Yeah.
is the wrestler speech.
Yeah, and it was just like you said, it was like 8 minutes of exclusive Kurt Angle footage.
Yeah, it was literally
It
8 minutes
sick.
straight of
Like, 'cause
exclusive.
it was exclusive. They were intersplicing the exclusives with the footage that had shown on the original airing. Yeah, but yeah, they just showed so much Angle footage. It was honestly great. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was WWF Tough Enough Season 1, Episode 7. Fucking the Bahamas are bust. Yes. That's the thing. Pretty good episode overall. I think this has been a pretty good episode overall.
I also enjoyed it.
As we bring the 35th installment of the Taking Liberties Pro Wrestling Podcast to a close. Of course, you can find us on Twitter at TLProWrestPod and our Patreon if you're feeling like a crazy ass motherfucker. Patreon.com/TLProWrestPod. We're on every podcast platform under the sun and other suns, probably. I don't know. Maybe we're interstellar, brother. Who
Maybe.
knows? Of course, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, yada, yada, yada. Board. So many other places.
Yep. Got a Discord.
Got a Discord. Hit us up on the Twitter for DM us. We'll give you the link to that. What else? Also, leave us a review.
Yes.
Apple reviews, 5 stars. Say the things. Do the things. We'll appreciate those things because we appreciate you, the lovely listeners, because we have been your hosts, Andrew.
And Marquis.
And thank you so much for listening. We are out of here.
See ya.